Good evening. Good evening, my fine feathered folks. How are you doing? I'm Dharma, and this is a special that we're doing. It's for the whole tribe. It's for anybody who considers themselves a light worker. There has been energy in the last, we've been talking recently, just other light worker friends of mine, that this entire year has just went whoosh, right? There's something is off, something is heavy. And typically, what does that usually mean for us as light workers? That something is coming, right? And so I was like, what can we do? How can we have because everybody's crying. You know how I am. I'm like, oh, they're there, right? Myself included. I don't know how to handle it. And so I figured maybe what if we all just got together and handled it together? Right? Good evening, Jen, and Jen. What's up, all the Jens? How's it going? Okay, so I got a bunch of Oracle decks out, and I'm so glad to see you all. And so I don't know how long this time frame is going to be for. I think it's just the energy of what is going on right now that has got everybody who deals with energy so heavy and so sad and so, oh my God, all those tower moments and everybody's leaving and everything is crumbling and what in the actual fuck? Okay, that is what we are dealing with right now. So let's figure it out. All right, first I have the Lightworkers, or I think it's called the Light Activation Oracle. What is the situation? All right, so I guess this is going to be something like until it breaks, until the energy breaks. I think what I want to accomplish here is figure out what exactly it is that is affecting all of the winged, right? What is going on? And then after which, when is the energy going to break? I want to write that down too, because I'll forget. And what happens after that? Okay, so this is the Light Activation Oracle. I'm going to pull a couple of different ones because it might not be the same for everyone. And all of a sudden, my left hand started itching. So there's a lot of different kinds of people who do light working. Okay, some of it is some people are healers, like actual healers. Some people are word healers, like what I do, kind of, right? You influence people to ascend as opposed to physically touching them and having them ascend. You've got the yogas, the Reiki, right? There's nurses, there are teachers, nurturing in some form. And so there's just a lot of different types of light working that you can do. And you might find out that a lot of people in their day-to-day have some kind of light that they shed on other folks. Sacred inner space, the sacral chakra, tenderness, and sensuality. Oh, geez, that would figure with our tribe. All right, everybody's sacral chakra is broken. Bitches get that yoni energy under control. All right, we did, actually. If you've been following this tribe, we did that. We put on a full-ass metal chastity belt. We will never submit. We did that. And so what happened? Now we're out of control. What is this? The winged gone wild? All right. So your sacred inner space. This could even be talking about inner turmoil in betwixt light workers, right? It's not even, and it could be because of your sacral chakra is out of whack, but it could also just mean that your sacred inner space. You know, that could even be the whole light worker thing, not by the chakra, but by the words, your sacred inner space. That is where the light being sits. You know, you're made of energy and you are encapsulated in your chakras. Your actual soul, that's where it sits. They say the pineal gland is the seat of the soul, but I think it goes up and down all of them a little bit, and that's why you have your nadis, right? And then they crisscross in and out. And this could just, because look at this image. It's like their inner self is coming out. Wow. There. If you can see that. And it's quite profound. I mean, it's almost like, have you seen Supernatural? All right. With Sam and Dean Winchester, when any angel, or even when Lucifer got into the body that he got into originally, because he was supposed to be in Sam Winchester's body as his vessel, right? And this is our vessel. The first one that he got into was not strong enough to handle him, and his body hit all of his big, huge energy. And I'm not comparing Lightworkers to the devil. I'm comparing what's happening to a TV show. Okay, so follow me without going down a rabbit hole of nope. What I'm saying is there's so much energy being activated and stirred around, and particularly for the light workers and the winged folks who are actively attempting to ascend. There's a lot of us, a lot. That's why this whole generation, the whole world is being pushed into, I think we're saying, the fourth dimension, right? Things are changing on an intellectual and spiritual level in a real way. And I think that everybody can feel it, and everybody's souls are getting too big for their vessels, right? And that's not something you should ever dim. It's not too big for your britches kind of thing. It's a better eat your Wheaties. Shambhala initiations. Reach. Oh my Lanta. This is some powerful shit, my friends. Pardon my French. This says retreating to recharge, trusting in the process and Dharma. That's what it says. And that's kind of what everybody's been doing. And don't get squirrely. That always freaks me out when I see that. Dharma means the action that you take. It's the path that you choose. It's the choice that you make. And karma is the consequence from that action. Dharma and karma, right? But more importantly, this is about people everyone is retreating. It might even seem that people are like, rah, get away from me or something like that. But it's more like an energy recall. Didn't we talk about that the other day with the Care Bear stare? And we were all starting to suck it back in, right? It's an energy recharge. People are pulling back. That's what the situation is right now. It's almost like energy is ungraspable because it's not available, because it's the big inhale before the exhale. And both of which, inhales and exhales, are healthy, except that when you start to do the ascending and you start to do the spirit work that we do, we can feel the inhale. And we're like, something's a-coming. Well, yeah. Something's always a-coming, right? And yes, we can get really big and huge and say that we're shifting into the fourth, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But really, it's a Monday. Okay? Let's take her down a notch, right? And consider that it's changes in your own life, but it's positive changes, and then it's positive changes in everyone's life. And what happens when the collective have a whole bunch of positive changes? That means the whole collective ascends higher, right? Except now everyone is, We can feel it. We can feel something that's coming. This, I don't know where this deck came from. It's like the most Aquarian thing I've ever seen in my entire life. It's weird, but it's got some pretty good messages in it. So tell me, give me one more. Unique gifts. We all have gifts to bring to the world. If we all did what we truly excelled in and enjoyed, our talents and abilities would enable our communities and our planet to thrive. That's exactly my point. People are getting sick and tired of the rat race. People are starting to, especially with COVID, right? Everybody got to go home and do whatever they wanted to do for like 2 years. And then they're like, okay, go back to doing what we say. And that's, the world changed. People ascended. People shifted. People took that time to go within. They had to. People took that time to figure out, I don't need to work for someone else. I can work for myself. I can create myself. I don't need to be under the rule of whatever. And I can do this by my unique gifts. And the craziest thing, all right, hear me out. Lightworkers tend to have unique gifts. It's true. People who are hardcore vibing in with their wings out in a real way, they tend to do cool shit. And stuff that other people would be like, I wish that I could do that. Bitch, you can. You can. You just have to do it, right? So, okay. I would like to know what it is that we should be focusing on spiritually. Okay, first of all, I'm actually going to get a moon oracle for this. And interesting. That phone doesn't ring. Yikes. Dean, if that happens again, make it stop. Don't answer it, please. Okay, unique gifts. Where was I? That freaked me out for a minute. Hi, Ashley. Welcome to the tribe. Okay. It came with Sleeping Beauty's dream. And what I was going to say, we're talking about these unique gifts. If you don't know what your unique gifts are, you could ask. As a matter of fact, for those of you who have not spoken to your spirit guides yet, you haven't connected with your higher whatever, you don't even know how to, okay? The best way to do that is to, there's a distraction all of a sudden in my house. My animals and stuff are freaking out. Murphy. Sleeping Beauty. You ask before you go to bed. What I used to do is I would lay in the bed and get all cozy or whatever, and I would make sure that my room was all saged and cleansed. And then I would say to my guides, I am open to receive messages. You just say it in your mind. I'm open to receive messages from the highest good, and I would like to be able to remember them in the morning. Right? Anissa, she asked, why does it feel like this is deja vu? Probably because this message is important for a lot of people. And then something is trying to make it not come out, right? With my animals and stuff freaking out. But what I'm saying here is, first of all, you should sleep with a dream journal or something next to your bed, because I'm like, what should we be focusing on spiritually? And the Sleeping Beauty's dream card comes out, which could mean a lot of things. But the first thing that I intuited was that the answers that you need, especially if your clairaudience isn't on point yet because you don't know how to use it or something like that. A car alarm is going off where you are. That's what I'm saying. Everybody's taking in a big deep breath. And this is, you know what I mean? This is a beacon, because by the time when you wake up, you should have some kind of message. Tonight, before you lay down, if you've never done this before, Okay. And if you're afraid, you can light a white candle or just do the sage thing. There's nothing to be afraid of. You're saying, hey, spirit guides, my folks, everybody has a whole team of a couple, right? My spirit guides only. I'm willing to hear messages from you, and I want to remember them in the morning, please and thank you, right? And you could ask, what's my unique gift? You could ask what this is that I'm supposed to be focusing on. You could ask whatever you want. It's your life, right? And the idea, keeping in mind that the idea here is to ascend every single day. That means doing high vibe things, saying high vibe things. And like I'm saying this, but if you guys have spoken to me on the day-to-day, I'm a fucking biatch. Like my Sagittarius mouth is going to be the end of me. I know it is. And that's something that I have to work on. And so it's, for example, right, if you were to put that into your own life, what is like a flaw that you know that you have, or something like, how can I work past that? You can ask whatever you want. But for me, like on the day-to-day, I try to check myself. Nobody punishes myself more than I do. You know what I mean? Like if I say something shitty, it's all, oh, savage, right? Yeah, because it was funny. But then for 3 days, I feel like shit. Really wish I didn't say that. But I did. All right. So, alrighty. What do we have? What was I asking? What should we be focusing on spiritually? Collaboration brings more sweetness into my life, into my world. Exactly. And that's kind of what we're doing right here. I absolutely sent a call out. Hey, anybody that's like-minded like us, come here. Everybody, come hearts in, hands in, whatever, from the end of Dirty Dancing, right? But these are bees. And that's the thing about ascension. It's like a beehive. There are many, 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 many light workers of all ages, of all shapes, of all sizes, and they're all winged. Every single one of them. And everyone this is saying like collaboration brings more sweetness into my life. It's like, let them in, put a beacon out. Anytime you see another winged person, be like, I see you. We've got this. I understand you. It just feels like, in this moment, if you feel like you're a fucking freak and you don't know what is wrong with you and you don't understand why things are going on the way that they are going on, step into the circle. My sisters. Okay, it is Hocus Pocus weekend, am I right? Step into the circle. It's huge. Have you seen the 9 rungs? And you have the seraphim, and it's a beautiful, who is painted that? Was it Michelangelo? It's all of the different rungs of the angels, but they're always in a circle. This is saying join into the circle. All right, there is a bigger picture that everyone should be stepping into their place in the circle with their own, like not every bee does the same job. Haven't you ever seen bee life? Okay, some of them drive the little bus. Okay, some of them have to teach the other bees, right? But in the end, there's one goal. And if you invite them all to come in, the goal gets bigger, the goal gets better, you get closer to the goal, right? So let's ask for some timing. See if I can get a timing card. When is this energy going to break? That's what I want to know. When does the energy break? In Libra season, within 1 to 2 weeks. Not even kidding. That's what that says. Timing, within 1 to 2 weeks. This is all happening now. And this compass, this is the true north. It's like everybody's recalibrating right now. That's what we were talking about, the going in, the hermiting, and just being like, get away from me type stuff. That was all to recalibrate. How in the world can you calibrate if everybody's energy is all over you all the time. How is that possible? And so this is saying within 1 to 2 weeks, the recalibration, the recharge, the reset will be handled. You will know your unique gifts. You'll understand what your light working purpose is, and you will understand that your job is to step forward into the circle and share that gift with the entire world. Let your freak flag fly, because you might find out that lots of other people have the same kind of flag that you have. And lucky for us, we have the internets. Okay, there are people on this channel from all over the world, and we're all the same, which is so awesome. Am I right? Okay, so let's talk about some things that we're going to experience. First, can we talk about who we're dealing with right now, like a who? The sun, 7, and temperance. Okay, so it feels like in the past year or so, however long this energy has been going on, it feels like Murph, always with the dog. Okay, it feels like we've been asked to have patience. And if you have been following the channel for a year or so, the Emperor in Temperance comes out every heckin' reading, because these men or these people or these relationships or these jobs or this energy of the others, as Sand Tarot puts it, it's a beautiful way to put it, because the other person could be anyone, the others, right? They've been asking us to have far too much patience than we should have had to exude. In a real way. And that tends to all of that, and that's why they're saying your sacred inner space. We've been giving out the energy everywhere. It's just been given away. We're light workers. We love you. We have compassion here. Please take my energy, right? And don't get me wrong. There's plenty of people who are like, okay, I need a moment to reset. Let's do the saging. Let me just shove all kinds of crystals in my bra. All right, that'll fix it. It doesn't. All right, it does a little. But it's like putting a Band-Aid on a open wound, right? The Band-Aids are for helping the scabbing, not to close the open wounds. You need stitches, right? And so, yeah, everybody's depleted. And so it's like it got out of hand. The depletion got out of hand, particularly people like in the medical field. And they spent all that time, it's still going on, handling COVID. They don't even want to be fucking doctors anymore. Like the giving and the caring and the nurturing has gone on for too long. We were asked to have too much patience to where we all got depleted. I mean, what's the other word for it besides depletion, right? Okay. And now, Queen of Cups. And as you know, in tarot, the queens are the ones that receive. So it doesn't matter if you're a man watching this. If you're depleted, that's heavy, heavy, heavy masculine energy to do the giving. And the other thing about that is a lot of us birds, light workers, ravens, whatever you want to call it, they have been coming out as the men in the readings, because we're doing all of the extending of the energy and nothing is coming back, right? So this is saying that this is what needs to happen, it's the big return. And that could be anything. I mean, especially for Libras, okay, this is a solar return, right? My birthday is next week, 10/11. That's a solar return, right? There's a whole bunch of 10/11 babies on this channel, like a ton, or at least that weekend. There's like, I swear, like 10,000 third decan Libras on this channel. I'm not kidding. That's a lot of one specific sign, right? Okay. So let's talk about what happens then when this energy starts to shift so that we can know it's coming. What is it that we're going to be? It's the leaving, that right there. This card, that's called the soul shrinker. This is a person, an entity, the others that are doing the depleting. They're doing the sucking. They're doing the taking of your soul space, your sacred inner space. This is what you're looking at. Light worker versus person that's doing the depleting. That is exactly what that looks like. And it is sad, right? Because it doesn't seem to matter how long you have been working with this particular person or the others or whatever, maybe to help them ascend, or maybe that wasn't even, I don't know what the purpose is. I don't know why bad people exist. I don't think it fucking matters. I think what matters is this. That's the part that matters when you do this. It's the leaving. I'm like, it's the big return and the leaving. Well, but I'm saying solar return. It's the return of your energy because of this. Well, hecking done. Well done. And if you haven't done it yet, do it. This is a nasty character. I don't care how pretty they are. I don't care how much money they have. I don't care how much support they give you. I don't care if they pay your bills. I don't care if they wipe your rear end. If they are being this way, this card is called the Soul Shrinker. And right here, we need to pull back your energy. No kidding. No kidding. And so that might happen first. And it feels like kind of a huge deal. You might go somewhere, you might just take a weekend and be like, you know what, I'm just going to get away for the weekend. I'm going to go do whatever. Or you could just, little black sandals, they're walking me away. The little black sandals, they saved my life today. These boots are made for walking. That's just what they'll do. Bitches, put your shoes on. Okay, there's years and years and years and years of other women singers who have created songs about putting on your shoes, zipping up your bootstraps, and being like, no more of this. I love you unconditionally. I have big hearts and love for you, or whatever. You don't get any more of my energy because you took it all. And yes, I have the ability to refill myself, but you don't get any more. No soup for you. And then what are they going to do? Yell, say shit, cry, threaten, shrink your soul? Because that's their plan, in case you were curious. And it's your job, okay, because as a light worker, you're a fucking beacon. A beacon. You can just be a really nice person and not have any idea that you are walking around with a full set of wings. You have no clue. Like, why do my shoulders hurt all the time? Because you live with that. And they are plucking you. You're molting, right? So I think that happens first, okay? During this time frame. It feels like a no more. Absolutely not. I'm not. No. And then the fairy godmother. Of course the fairy godmother would come in. Yes, the fairy godmother shows up when you fucking deserve it. And when do you deserve it? When you love yourself. If it's like this and you're walking toward the soul shrinker, the fairy godmother's like, I'm not going to come over there. I don't want to give you stuff and share it with that one. Are you kidding me? This one doesn't deserve any of your spiritual gifts and all of your Jupiter abundance and all of your money and all of the shit that we have in store for you. This person doesn't deserve that. Learn your lesson. That's what they look like in their soul. They're not going to change. And My Lightworker Libra went, maybe they can. I just said that in my own head. But maybe they can. We want to have the best of intentions for these people, but at some point, hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Because you're walking right into the fairy godmother. Now, the fairy godmother is your like ancestor, who Bianca just put into a closet. Can I tell everybody? I'm going to tell everyone. This bitch cracks me up. If you haven't watched RQTR Collective, go watch it. Long story short, she's feeling this energy too, and she got mad at all of her guides and cleared off her ofrenda. You have like 3 weeks to get that shit back out. Okay, I'm just saying, have your fit now, but let's not toy with All Saints Day. Jeez Louise, that is good times. All right, tell me about the gift that comes with this. First of all, okay, let's be real. I don't think that this is going to be easy. They are a soul shrinker. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to be like, okay, I don't get to abuse you anymore. Okay, you're right. You got me. They're not going to say that. It's going to be a fucking nightmare trying to get away from that person. But it's a nightmare with them too. So at least one has a out, right? And I was asking when the break happens, what is this gift that comes in? And it's all this support and all of these people. I'm crying. I have no idea why. All of these things come towards you. Finally, it's your gifts, right? It could be a whole collective. It could be a whole new collective. Like as soon as you walk away from whatever this soul shrinker is, you might have a group of people that go and they fucking huddle around you and then like walk around you in a circle and you're in the center. It feels like real support comes in a hurry. Like whoosh, because I heard I'm afraid. There might be some people who don't, it's scary to be with them, but not as scary as it is to be alone. Right? And it doesn't feel like spirit, they're like, I got that. Even if you could even say that to your guides, be like, that's what my problem is. If you were curious, spirit, I'm afraid to do this by myself. And they're like, okay, that is a wildly reasonable order. Here's your tribe. Check them out. They're all freaks, just like you. Just like you. We're all, ooh, look at your tattoos. No, look at my tattoos. Will you dreading my hair later? Bunch of cool folks. All right. Uh-oh. And you get a Romeo. Oh, geez. I'm crying. It won't stop. I don't know why. And it's not blood. I just checked. It's actual water. There, you get a Romeo. This person is supposed to be your friend. But it feels like they're your protector. It's your very own personal Viking. Like they can talk shit about you, but bet anybody else that does, it's fun for me, right? But when this man got clarity now. Real clarity, that's what the Teon talks about, is being the poet with clear sight and the heart. And so, don't get me wrong, it doesn't have to be for everybody that within 2 weeks, all of the energy is going to go away and Romeo shows up at your door. It doesn't have to be that. We're light workers, we're more realistic than that. It's a Monday, right? This is more along, because these are the cards I use all the time. This is more realistically you saying to spirit, all right, I'm going to do the energy recall. I'm going to do that. I'm scared. Help. send in my tribe, send in where are the warrior angels? Send them in, help me. And Spirit's like, I got you. But you have to be able to recognize them too. Like if someone walks up to you on the street and they're like, hey, oh my God, I love your shoes. Don't be like, thanks, bitch. Like you have to let this person in. Tell them you like their shoes. I don't care what you say. If you ask Spirit for friends and support and love and help, they will show up. But you have to pay attention. Have you seen Bruce Almighty? When he was driving down the road and he was like, blah, God this and God that, and everything is the universe's fault. Why won't you send me a sign? And a whole truck full of stop signs gets right in front of him, and he doesn't recognize that that's the sign. That's your job as the wing it. That's why we follow the ravens. They understand that when you see a truck full of stop signs, it's not a truck full of stop signs. It's a message to stop, right? And so you ask for this and they bring it in, and it looks like it's kindness and it's affection and it's bliss. And this does say forgiveness here, and it feels like you know this person, whoever this man is or whatever, you know them. And what is it that they want here? 6 of Cups. Okay, I'm not going to yell on the uplifting light worker reading. I'm not going to yell about that and cry because that's what I'm doing. The 6 of Cups for me is always a soul contract. And that's what I was saying. Your spirit guides are sitting there like, bro, don't you want this? Don't you want some of this? Don't you need some of this? That's Romeo. Spirit's standing in the corner with Romeo going, put me in, coach. But in the meantime, you're doing this. Spirit's going, the fuck is wrong with you? They're a soul shrinker. When you're going, I'm afraid. I'm afraid of what's next. And they're going, don't you want some of this? But how in the world are you supposed to, I mean, remember how mad I used to get when I would look up Raven energy and it was like, it's trust. I don't want to trust. I want to see. Okay, I'm a Sagittarius. Show me the money, right? Can we get some kind of like indication of what you're going to be doing when this comes along? Yo, I heard October 18th, 10 of Cups. The wheel. It feels like it's almost literally on the same moment, same day, same week, same vibe that you walk away from this for good. And you're like, no, thank you. If you can see, he's like trying to fucking put that in her face. He's just all speaking to the mic, baby. And she's all, get the fuck off me, bro. And then you walk away from that. You might go, you forgot your something stupid that you might have to have a reason to come back here and get it. Don't forget it. Make sure you take everything with you. And you're all. And then you might go into a really dark place. Like, oh shit. This is the part, and you might, first thing, say to Spirit, okay, this is the part that I was afraid of. I'm sitting here alone in my house. It's quiet. Everybody that I was connected to that I know is toxic, I let them go. It's quiet now. Help. I heard Mrs. Doubtfire. Help is on the way. But you have to ask. Spirit isn't necessarily allowed to intervene unless you say something. Whenever I send well wishes and stuff to my friends or whoever, whatever kind of healing stuff I'm trying to do, I always say first, with the permission of their angels. Always. You should really get permission before you start going and trudging through the friggin' matrix. Okay, so 6 of Cups. Wow. You got 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. This next person is your long-term, for some of you. You might be with this next person for a long time, even if they're just a friend, because you said send in help, and they did. And it ends devil energy. This big return, the return of all this energy has been cleansed and purged and sent through the what do you call that, washboard? Sent through the washboard of scrubbing off old karma, and you're being served something devil-free on a platter with Romeo. It almost feels too good to be true, right? And of course, that's the first thing in me. I'm like, I don't want to trust that. But all you have to do is ask for help and be grateful for what they send. They, as in spirit, whatever you ask for. So let's say that you're in a position right now to where you are not ready to be in a relationship, whether because you're still attached to somebody or you just mentally aren't there, you know, or you just don't want to have a relationship and you don't. I'm talking about boyfriend, girlfriend, living together, he and she, all of that, right? Let's say you don't want that or you don't have that. Spirit will send you friends. You'll get a random postcard in your mail that says, come to roller derby tryouts, right? But it's your job as the Raven to recognize. I only have like 5% battery left. All right. So it feels too good to be true, and it does feel like a shift, but it feels like cleansed. The big return is this return of energy that is cleansed. It's devil free. So take it and be grateful for it. Showing gratitude is huge. You might notice that if you say thank you after you pray or do whatever it is that you're doing, that things are different. It's like you get brownie points or some shit for that. Okay, I only have a little bit of battery left. So that's really beautiful. I don't know if I even want to read anymore into it because I don't want to taint how beautiful this is. So I think what I want to say to uplift all the light workers is that first and foremost, you're not alone in this under any circumstances. We all feel it. I got so many texts and all from this today to where I was like, why don't you meet me at 8, right? From the tarot story today. That's why I did it at 8:12 for my own little laughter and glee. But you're not alone in this, and watch it again. There was a couple of really good tips in here about how to connect with your guides and to get that going for you. Don't forget about the unique gifts part. If you haven't found your unique gift yet or you don't know what it is, ask your guides, and also just take a day where you don't have anything planned and literally just sit there and see what you might get interested in. If you have nothing else to do and you're like, I really could do anything, right? You might find that you have something that you're really good at, okay? And also don't forget to call in your tribe. And if you don't know anybody, come join us on the Raven's Nest all day long. It's on Facebook. We are always doing something silly. For example, we auctioned off Polly for $50 last week, and that was tons of fun, okay? He's a good sport. All right, but I love you all, and I'm so glad to know each and every one of you, and thank you for all of your help and support over the years. All right, I'm slipping too. You know, I also am one of the light workers who has felt the energy over this past, however, the year or so, and I'm so glad that we're all still here together to be like, whoa, what was that? As opposed to having dispersed and pushed away each other. So get your wings on and step into the circle. Collaboration makes your life sweeter. All right. I love you all, and I hope you feel better. And come join us and have a chat with us. All right. Till next time. Bye.